This episode is sponsored in part by Lucky Duck Games. Check out their new games at luckyduckgames.com, King of 12, Chronicles of Crime, and Destinies. Actually, we just got Destinies in the mail. This is a 1 to 3 player, story-driven adventure competitive game that uses an app. We tried the first scenario just the other day. Looking forward to picking or trying some of the other scenarios in the box. But today's video is about board games launching the first half of June 2021 on Kickstarter and other crowdfunding platforms. Just so you know, in this video I talk about as many games as I know that are coming to crowdfunding, to Kickstarter. So whether someone sponsors this video or not, I'm going to try and get as much information about board games launching on Kickstarter and crowdfunding in this video for the first half of June, June 1st through the 15th. Hope you enjoy the video. These first few launch on June 1st. Letterman Games is launching the expansion to Adventure Tactics that I talked about in my last video, but now it got pushed back. This is the Adventures in Alchemy expansion. The game is for 1 to 5 players, takes about 45 to 60 minutes to play. It also introduces a brand new mini campaign. Burnt Island Games launches Fall of the Mountain King for 2 to 5 players, takes about 60 to 90 minutes to play. This is a standalone prequel to In the Hall of the Mountain King, set during the catastrophic war that drove trolls from their mountain kingdom generations ago. Build your ancestry to drive your actions in the caverns, win the loyalty of the clan champions, and strive to be trolldom's greatest defender against the gnomish onslaught. Ruthless is getting an expansion called Tall Tales with new modules adding challenges, choice, variety, and a solo mode. Alien Petshop is for 2 to 4 players, takes about 30 to 90 minutes to play. You're running your alien pet shop with the cutest pets in the galaxy. We'll see a board game Mosaic calendar for 2022. Pot Yuck is a party game for 3 to 5 players. Takes about 30 minutes to play. My Singing Monsters is a board game coming to Kickstarter, where you breed and feed lovable monsters in a mad dash to cross the finish line for 2 to 5 players. Takes about 30 to 45 minutes from Big Blue Bubble Games. We'll see a new game in the Binding of Isaac. This is the Mega Binding of Isaac. On June 2nd, Vesuvius Media launches Dwarves, the Lost Tribes, an expansion to Dwarves. Squaring Circleville, that I mentioned in my last video, got pushed to June 3rd. This is from Spielworks. Goblin King Games is launching Moonstone on June 5th. A game for 2 to 4 players, takes about 40 to 120 minutes to play. I mentioned Lonely Undead as well in my last video, and that launch also got pushed back to June 7th. This is from Dead Lemon Games, where you're becoming a zombie for 1 to 4 players. These next few launch on June 8th. Overstocked. Players must stay up to date with the latest 90s toy crazes, filling their warehouse with the most in-demand toys and avoiding stocking the least popular. Traps is a 2 to 4 player competitive board game with hand management, roll and move elements, asymmetrical characters, and take that. Skeptics is a cooperative dice rolling game where players explore potentially haunted locations to prove the existence of ghosts. It's for 1 to 4 players. I mentioned Blooming Industry in my last video as well, and that also got pushed back to June 8th. Battle of Gog is for 2 to 4 players. Players are trying to find the 5 sacred scrolls as they battle over the ancient land of Canaan. AracKhan Wars is a tactical card game for 2 to 4 players, takes about 30 to 45 minutes to play from Nothing But Games. Edict is a 2 to 5 player board game where you're forging a commercial space empire with future tech and resource recovery. On June 9th, we'll see Route 66, or Route 66, the Mother Road Edition. This is a mashup of Sid Sackson's Can't Stop and The Great Races. On June 10th, Pawn Joker Games launches Bushido the Card Game, a push-your-luck samurai game of virtue and dice for up to 5 players. On June 14th, 2 Minutes to Midnight, this is set in the Cold War, 1946 to 1991, a historical game. And these next few launch on June 15th. Hollywood Racers for 2 to 6 players, takes about 30 to 60 minutes to play. In the wake of a global pandemic, governments around the world have decided to forbid all form of art and entertainment deemed harmful and dangerous to the people. So with movies now banned, Hollywood is no more than a no man's land. Now there's a bunch of wacky drivers gathering in a huge movie studio, and they're engaging in crazy races going through movie set after movie set in search for glory. First Ascent is for 2 to 5 players, takes about 60 to 90 minutes to play. This is a rock climbing themed strategic board game, and the goal is to establish the best route up the mountain by gaining the most points. Points are gained by climbing pitches with each hex tile, achieving objectives, using good technique, and reaching the summit. Forest of Pangea is an enchanting board game for 2 to 4 players where you're going a magical forest. Red Zen Games launches Scarface 1920. It's a competitive mafia board game set in Chicago in the roaring 20s that blends worker placement, area control, and deck building mechanics. It's for 1 to 4 players and takes about 90 to 150 minutes to play. And on the GameFound crowdfunding platform, Modivius is going to be launching the Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim the board game. I'm not sure if this is launching the first half of June. It might be launching sometime in June. I don't know the exact date, but this is a co-op board game for 1 to 4 players. Shout out to one of our series sponsors, Mesa Game Lab. With over 35 combined years in the animation and visual effects industry, Mesa Game Lab's artists will work with you to create stunning animated videos and GIFs for your Kickstarter campaign. With options for full 3D environments, 2D animated characters, dynamic motion graphics, eye-catching 3D animation, and Kickstarter page design, they can surely highlight everything your game has to offer. Contact them by visiting MesaGameLab.com. Well, Tantrum House will be doing some videos for some of these games, like the expansion to Adventure Tactics, Fall of the Mountain King. We've got Lonely Undead by Ryan and Katie already out on our channel, so if you're interested in that, you can check out that overview video. And First Ascent as well, coming soon to our channel, so you can check out those and check out all our other videos that are coming out, whether they're playthroughs or reviews or overviews.